What's up, everybody? It's Brock. This is my first YouTube video, so I'm probably going to have some points where I say, I stutter, I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm really wanting to share my journey and share what I'm going through and what I've been going through with over the past couple of years, or past year, really. And I want to be vulnerable because I know there's a bunch of other guys out there that are dealing with the same stuff. And I want to let everybody know that there's hope and that you can change your life. So over the past year, I've quit my job. I've lost around 40 pounds. My energy has been through the roof. I'm able to be more present with my wife and with my kids. My perspective on a lot of things has changed, for good and for bad. My relationship with Christ has definitely become a lot stronger. And so I just really want to dive into it. Like, I want my story to help other people. So where do we start? Let's start with food. Man, the food has changed my life. And I would equate about 75% of my weight loss and my energy to what I'm consuming. I used to consume a lot of processed sugars, any kind of processed food. I thought I was somewhat healthy, but I was not. So my wife was the one that really dove into it head first and started looking at more like organic and cleaner options, and I was just like, oh, that's some hokey pokey BS, and it doesn't, if you go to the store, if you're buying organic, you're just paying for a higher price. Like the product is not really going to be that much different, but it is. I will pay $5 more for whatever it might be if I am fueling my body, because when it goes down to the molecular level, what you are consuming is what you are. And so if it's something that's got pesticides or plastics, whatever it might be, I'm not a genius in all of it, but I can tell that when I have organic, cleaner, healthier food, my body's fueled better. I sleep better. I perform better when I'm working out. I perform better mentally in my job. I can think more clear. I'm able to be present with my daughters. Like, it makes a difference. I mean, it all just started with a red dye 40. I thought everything was just hocus pocus, propaganda, whatever you want to call it. But when my daughter was sitting there in the kitchen, happy, having a great day, we went outside, we played, we came back inside, I gave her a red Gatorade, turned into a different kid. Processed sugar, red dye 40. Immediately, I saw the reaction. I said, okay, maybe there is something to this. So we started going into a deeper dive on food. I'm not going to go super deep into it right now, because I kind of I want this introduction to be a little bit broader sense rather than just the food. I want to go into a few other details. But yeah, I started at I was creeping up on 290. I was like 285. Now I'm sitting around 245, 250-ish. Kind of fluctuates, depends on how much I eat, how much water I drink. Running. I've been running quite a bit. So I've always hated running. I always thought running was dumb, until this past year. And one of my brothers, my youngest brother Hunter, he decided to go run an ultra marathon at Possum Kingdom. It's called Possum's Revenge, 69-mile race. He ran until he got rhabdo. If you don't know what rhabdo is pretty much your muscles breaking down and sending poison into your bloodstream. So he literally ran until he could not run anymore. Some people would say, you're crazy, why would you run after your brother just did that? And it's because of up here. The dude could freaking run until his body gave out. That is mind over matter. Just keep saying, I'm going to go another step. I'm going to go another step. I want to go another step. I'm going to go another step until my body gave out. And so at that point, I was like, I am so weak in my mind that I've got to switch. I've got to change. If my younger brother can do that, like, what are the possibilities? Like, what are the things that I can do until I can literally, my body gives out? And so I started running. I would run 1 mile, then 2 miles. Then I started running 5, and then I ran 10. And then in January, I ran a half marathon on my own. And now I am training for the same ultra marathon that my younger brother did. And I'm going to go run it with him. He wants to go back and he wants to conquer that. And we're going to do it together. And I am so excited. I'm terrified because 69 miles is a lot, especially for a guy who didn't consider himself a runner. And now I am, it's still hard to say, hey, I'm a runner, but I get up and I try to run every single day. My goal right now is to hit about 20 miles a week. I did 18 miles 2 weeks ago, 20 miles last week. I'm going to probably try to hit 22 miles this week, try to increase my mileage, because I'm going to run my first marathon this fall. And then after that, I'm going to do the ultra. And I looked at the times, and all of their times were, so competitive, and it's going to take me every bit of like 17 hours to run this thing because I'm slow. But I have a goal. We'll get there. And if I don't finish it, if I get to 50 miles, who cares? If I get to 40 miles, who cares? That is a long ways. This is my first time. This is just me saying, there's something I can do, and I know I can do it. It seems impossible, but just gotta have a mound of evidence to prove that I can do it. So, yeah, so this is the journey. I'm pumped. 2025 has been a year of extreme change. I quit my job. I bought a company with my wife, and we've been doing this. We're a fully self-employed household, which is daunting and freeing and everything you can think of. You've got your ups and downs. Life's a roller coaster. We're about to create an empire that helps people. We're in the process of developing an app. We're continually trying to make some improvements in our town and the towns around us, and people, and change people's lives, and share Christ's love with everybody. So this is just me documenting the whole process. Right now, my mind kind of goes a million different ways. But I know that there are other guys out there that are not happy in their fitness, or not happy in their relationship with God. They're not happy with the relationship with their wife and their kids. They're not happy at work, and all of it. Like, dude, all of it can change. It's all about what's up here. I've really been struggling with my mental, I don't know how to put it. I never realized how powerful the mind is. Because once you change your thought process, your actions follow. I was listening to it somewhere. I wish I could give credit to whoever person this was, but when you look at a building, skyscraper, house, whatever, somebody had to think, hey, I'm going to build this house. Okay, that's the first process. The first process was just thinking it. Okay, hey, I am going to build this house. The next process was, okay, we got to take that idea, put it on paper, and make the blueprints. Once you make the blueprints, then you give it to the contractors, you give it to the framers, you give it to the plumbers, you give it to the electrician, and everybody puts all of that information together to develop this home, the building, whatever it might be. That's the same with your thoughts in your everyday life. Hey, I want to be financially free. I want to be self-employed. I want to have a better relationship with my wife. I want to be the best father that I can to my daughters. You can do all those things. You have to just think of it first, and then you have to put it on paper, and then every day look at that and say, I am that person. I am a runner because I run every day. That is, I may not feel like a runner because I still feel fat, and I still feel lazy, and I still feel unmotivated. And days that I miss, I feel like I've left out, like I've completely dropped all my discipline. But I am a runner because I get out and run. You are whatever you want to be, if you just put your mind to it and then put it on paper and get to work. So this is my I just want to document this for other dudes that just feel stuck. Man, it's a grind. It is. But if you can get over yourself, that is, I feel like we self-sabotage all the time. There's another podcast or book I was reading. I think it was a podcast. They're saying, sometimes you just need extraordinary change. For example, you're living in your house, you have a little bit of mold on the ceiling. That little bit of mold's probably going to cause some health issues, but it's probably not enough for you to say, okay, hey, we need to cut out all this drywall, replace it's not going to make you move out of your house and have contractors come in and, redo everything. But now if you had black mold covering your entire house, you would move. I wouldn't say you would doze the whole house, but pretty much you would doze the whole house, get rid of all the mold, and start something new because of how bad the environment was. It's the same thing. Everybody's stuck in their day-to-day lives of it's uncomfortable and you want more, but you're not willing to go get more uncomfortable to get the results that you want. And so I did that this year. I quit my job. Everything that I have worked for, from elementary school to middle school to high school to college, it's all, hey, have good grades, do good in school so that you can do better for the next school. Middle school to high school to college. College, do good in college, have a 4.0, be on the dean's list so you can get a good job with a good 401k, that you have good benefits. Screw it all. Like, literally, screw it all and have a new way of thinking. Because I'm not saying a specific person, and you can go into this, and there's so many conspiracy theories about this, whatever. That's a topic for another day. But what I want to talk about is you can do whatever you want. You don't have to, I was not a good student. I love learning. I hate sitting in a classroom for 8 hours a day. I don't learn like that. You put me outside, I'm going to learn everything. You get my hands working, I'm going to learn everything. You get me a business and say, hey, run this business, make money, be profitable. Learn all this stuff. Learn marketing. Learn finance. Learn sales. Learn all these real world talents, real, like, not talents, I can't even think of the word, but like you learn these and you're going to be successful. You you do good in school, that's great, good for you. That wasn't me. I'm a businessman. Like, I love business, but I hated school. I have read more books now because I enjoy learning. But when somebody forces me to do something, I immediately rebel. I would have learned so much in high school and college, but I just rebelled because I'm like, how am I going to use this? And so really I feel like my eyes are just now more open to life and what life really is, and what excuse me, and like what you can achieve. So yeah, like if you're feeling stuck, just know there's other people out there that feel stuck too. And there's a way to get out of it. And it's going to be uncomfortable. That's mine and my wife's word for the year is being uncomfortable. Because in order for there to be growth, you got to get uncomfortable. So join me along for this journey of going from a couch to ultramarathon. Getting unstuck in life and getting unstuck in business. And I'm excited, one, to help other dudes, but two, like, get my thoughts out there. Because I feel like this is going to help me get more clear. I'm a bad communicator. I struggle with it. I struggle getting my point across. I feel like I do. And maybe people don't perceive that. But I feel like I just really struggle when I'm trying to get a point across. And this is going to help me learn how to communicate better. So as I grow my company, I'm going to be able to communicate better with my employees. But it's also for me to communicate with other dudes out there that are feeling just the way I am. And I want them to see whatever the journey that I go on, that, hey, this is not impossible. Like, this is a total God thing that, we can change our mindset and we can pursue the things that we love and that we want to achieve out of life. We don't have to go to our deathbed and say, man, I really wish I would have taken my family on more trips and more experiences, or I wish I would have spent more time with my daughters and not working so much. I understand that there's a time and place to work, but there is also only a certain amount of time that we have with our kids. And that time is very important to pour into them, especially the younger years. Like, those relationships are the most important thing in this world. So yeah. So sorry for hearing me ramble. I hope people just start watching this and they get inspired. And if nobody watches this, great. This is just going to be a tool for me to learn how to be a better communicator and learn how to talk in front of a camera, because I've never done this before. This is honestly awkward and kind of weird. Like, it's weird. Like, it's very different. But I want to inspire other guys. Let's go out there. Let's get swole. Let's love Jesus. Let's love people. Like, let's make a lot of money. Let's do business. Let's be good fathers. Let's be good husbands. Let's change the world. Because ultimately we can. We can absolutely change the world. Look at all the resources that we have around us. So, that's enough. Thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe. I don't know. Just follow along. if you get any kind of value, I hope that you can watch it. Like, I hope this helps. I'll be going into other things, like we'll be diving into scripture. I'll be videoing some of my runs. I'll be going over like some Strava updates and going over some gear. Like I'm gonna do it all. I'm just gonna be raw, real. I'm just gonna be a dude that loves Jesus and wants to get swole and wants to run far. Yeah, here we go. Peace out. Love y'all.